New at 5 o'clock, the political drama takes another turn in Thornton Township. Supervisor Tiffany Henyard fighting back after Tuesday's caucus.
WGN's Emmy Victor is live in South Holland with today's developments. Emmy.
I spoke with Supervisor Henyard moments ago. She tells me that she does not accept Tuesday's election results. At a meeting for her supporters earlier, she announced that she is suing her political rival for voter suppression. Tiffany Henyard, who currently serves as the township supervisor, ran for re-election and lost on Tuesday to her rival, Napoleon Harris. Instead of a primary election, Thornton Township's Democrats held a caucus on Tuesday to vote for their party's candidate for supervisor. Henyard says many of her supporters weren't allowed in the very packed room, a room full of Harris's supporters from an event being held in the same room before the caucus started.
We were all standing out there. No one was going in. It was past 6:30. We still could not get in. 6:40, we were still not going in.
While her constituents were outside freezing, she decided to freeze with them, not knowing that they were going to conclude the whole matter before we could get in the building.
Right now, one of the only ways Henyard has a chance of being supervisor again is if her name is written in on the ballot. Henyard, who's also the mayor of Dalton, has been accused of mishandling taxpayer money in recent months. When I spoke with Henyard, she told me that she and her lawyer will be filing that lawsuit on Monday. Reporting live in South Holland, Emmy Victor.
Yesterday was the last day for Interim Chief Ronnie Burge Sr. He was appointed by embattled Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard last month after trustees voted against a permanent appointment. Well, a judge ruled that interim appointments can only last 30 days. The village is now searching for a new police chief. Meanwhile, in Thornton Township, where Henyard is supervisor, an electoral board met and Henyard says that she will end up making it on the ballot. Earlier this week, Henyard lost the nomination to retain her seat in the upcoming April election. Yesterday's meeting was a chance for people to object to the nominations of other candidates, including those hoping to replace Henyard as supervisor.
The people will put me on the ballot. So we're doing the legal routes, which you guys heard me speak to yesterday, and we will be on the ballot.
The electoral board meets again December 17th to officially vote on the objections.
Democrats, embattled supervisor Tiffany Henyard is blasting the process that led to her replacement and promising to continue fighting to keep her job.
Put some respect on my name, because I am loved throughout Thornton Township, and that's why I keep going. That's why I have not ever gave up.
Tiffany Henyard, surrounded by about 25 supporters, holding her own rally today to try to salvage an elected position that pays her at least $220,000 a year.
This is our call for justice for voters' rights. Just so y'all understand, we are fighting for voters' rights, which was taken from us on December 3rd.
Tuesday night, Thornton Township Democratic Committeeman State Senator Napoleon Harris called a first-ever caucus at the Homewood Auditorium to pick the Democratic candidate for Township Supervisor, a post Henyard has held for the last 3 years. Usually, the Democratic candidate is chosen in a primary election. As Henyard shouted objections to the proceeding, a voice vote of township residents nominated Harris as the Democratic candidate, meaning Henyard will now only be able to run as a write-in candidate. She says her supporters were shut out of the caucus.
Hundreds of eligible voters, including seniors, local mayors, local aldermen, local state senators, and local state representatives, were locked out of the venue and forced to stand in freezing temperatures, unable to access the voting process in a timely and fair manner.
Henyard's tenure as township supervisor and simultaneously Dalton mayor has been marked by scandals and allegations of massive overspending, including thousands of dollars to erect billboards with her picture and an illegal donation of taxpayer dollars to a charity in Henyard's name. But today, her supporters, many of them hired by Henyard at the township or part of her political organization, say the voters should decide who gets slated.
Are they scared of you? They must be scared of Tiffany, because they won't even allow her to get on the ballot, because they know ain't no stopping us now. She will win.
As for how she plans to fight that caucus slating, Henyard has not said whether she plans to run as a write-in candidate or challenge it in the courts.